Welcome to the August meeting. Thank you for joining me. I see we have lots of people participating today, which it's definitely important because August 17th is like this weekend. As always, I like to say knowledge is not power, execution is power. So make sure that you have pen and paper handy today. We're going to be going through definitely forms, unfortunately. Hopefully, this is the last month we have to talk about any real estate forms, but we're going to touch on some forms. I have a really exciting announcement that we're going to save for about halfway through the program that I think you guys are going to be really excited about now, knowing that we're at the finish line for August 17th. So with the finish line of August 17th upon us, we really have to be focusing on the finish line of 2024 and how do we ramp up and gear up for an incredible 2025. So knowledge is not power, execution is power. Make sure you're writing everything down so that you have things that you can go and execute on in the next 30 days to end of year. So I want to welcome to our most recent agents who have joined, agents and staff, I should say. Welcome to Haley in Goffstown, Vanny, our new administrator in Wellington, Sadrach, Southeaston, Andrew Redding, Patricia in Northborough, Kerry in Burlington, Pamela Armstrong, longtime name in the industry in Chelmsford. Welcome to Pamela and Margie. Welcome back, Margie. We're excited to have you back. Let's take a look at our July numbers. It was a super busy month, I could tell you, for July. We did a ton of closings. We had 258 closings plus 40 rentals for the month of July. That was over $140 million in sales volume for July. Hold on for a few minutes and we'll break down all these numbers, compare it over last year's numbers and see where we're stacking up. But first, I want to just go in. By the way, I want to apologize to our main agents because you guys are not included yet. Only because our team, because your previous brokerage was tracking all of your numbers, we still closed a lot of transactions under the previous brokerage for the month of July. So Maine is not on here yet, but now I see we've started closing out some of those main transactions. So our main agents will 100% be included in our stats for August. So Massachusetts, we did 221 sales, 104 million. New Hampshire offices, I should say. I always feel like New Hampshire gets shortchanged because we do so many transactions in New Hampshire, but because the agents are technically listed in Massachusetts, they get lumped into the Massachusetts offices. So the agents that are listed in New Hampshire offices did 5 million in sales volume, 9 sales. And then our Florida team did 28 sales at 9.6 million. Let's take a look at our top 5 for July for Massachusetts. Top 5 teams. Congratulations, Silver Key Homes, O'Connell and Company, Button and Company, Rogers Mello team, and Page and Company. Top 5 individuals by volume for Deb Malone, Chelmsford, Sharon Narbone Drakeit, Kristen Dodge Athol, Tiffany McDonald Athol, and Robin Magenheim for Andover. Congratulations. Top 5 teams by unit. Silver Key Homes again. Congratulations. O'Connell and Company, Page and Company, Button and Company, and Rogers Mello's team. And then our top 5 individuals for July. This is by units. Robin Magenheim, Sharon Narbone, Debbie Malone, Kristen Dodge, Paul Brulette. Congratulations. Top 5 for New Hampshire. This is for both volume and units. We have the Fulford Group, Lisa Newman team, Karen Pelletier, Platinum Realty Group, and Sarah Tollefson. Let's take a look at our top 10 Florida agents and teams by volume. Congratulations to Matt in our Naples office, Tanya Bach, Team Rebello, James Lamongi, Jeanette, Tanya, Pedraza team, Kelly De Silva, Joe Kudnick, Steve Wilson. Congratulations. And congratulations to our top 10 agents and teams by units for Florida. Matt McLaughlin, Team Rebello, Tanya, Jeanette, Thomas, Jane Levin, James Lamongi, Tanya McClendon, Pedraza team, and Kelly De Silva. So congratulations to all of our top agents across the board for all of the states. And again, I apologize to our main people who your numbers aren't quite in our system yet, but we're starting to see those closings through August. So here's our top 25 overall. This is company-wide overall. And by the way, as you guys know, our marketing team will email everybody all of the top 25 numbers. And when you receive that email, if you're on one of our lists, then you want to make sure to head over to the link sent by our marketing team, because they share all kinds of social media pieces so that you can share the information on social media and let your friends and followers know of your success for July. Let's take a look at where we're falling for 2024 as compared to 2023. All of the markets that we do business in, business is down, both in, so not LAER, but just the markets in general. Business is down in volume and units in every single market we do business in for a couple of reasons. In New England, it's highly influenced by the lack of inventory, although I believe all of you would agree that we saw an influx of inventory for July. So we're starting to see inventory in New England like we have not seen in a long time. The inventory is starting to come on the market. So anyways, the numbers are off throughout New England, mostly because of inventory. The numbers are off in Florida as well. We're seeing in most of the markets in Florida that the number of sales are down. And so the sales figures, the volume is trickling down. Sales prices are coming down a little bit. I believe we're going to see prices tumble a little bit in all of the markets that we do business in. In New England, we're going to see it because we're starting to get a buildup of inventory. Anyways, that being said, we are trending very well. In my opinion, our numbers are lower than last year, but not by much. So let's take a look at our closings for this month, 2024. We did July, 258 closings. By the way, July of last year, we did 259 closings. So we're basically neck and neck, although you'll see the volume is up substantially. 141 million for July this year versus 121 million from last year. Overall numbers are down a little bit. Our volume is down by 2% year over year, and our units are down by 6% year over year. So you can see our prediction is we're going to hit about $1 billion in transactions sometime September, most likely, that will hit the $1 billion mark. So we had 1,474 closings. That does not include rentals, and 754 million in sales volume. And that is year to date. As compared to last year at this time, we had closed 1,605 transactions at 766 million. So numbers are down a little bit. I believe we're going to head into a very strong end of year. So I think we can make up some of that in the fall months. especially now that we have some inventory, and especially now that we no longer are going to have this weight on our shoulders of all these new forms and new changes. I think slowly the burden is releasing from some of you, at least. I had a great conversation with one of our Florida agents yesterday, and he's been nervous about the forms over the last few months. And he said, I came to a revelation this weekend. He's like, these forms are actually better for my business. He's like, I think I can I could do even better than I did last year with these new forms. And I said, 100%. I'm with you. I think that there's nothing bad about the forms. It's just a new, different way, a new level of transparency. But also what's great as listing agents, we always said when we went on listing appointments over the last 20 years, we would always make a point to say, hey, the commission is X%, but this isn't all mine. This gets chopped up. Some of it goes to, half of it is going to a cooperating agent, a piece of it is going to my company. Now it's kind of all spelled out. So there's where the opportunity lies, I think, is that really it's just saying, hey, here's my percentage of it. And it's not the whole piece of it, because we're making it super clear that a piece of it is going to another brokerage. Anyways, I agree. First of all, there is no use complaining or worrying or like thinking negatively, because all of that worry, negativity, all of that does nothing for you in your business. You cannot control it. So all you can do is figure out in your own head how you can switch your energy. Because if you're thinking negatively, if you're feeling fear and you're feeling worry, that means that you are projecting not good energy, low vibration energy, which will 100% affect your business. Okay, so National Association of Realtors is still expecting a very strong year end. From the beginning of the year, they had expected that year over year numbers would be slightly higher this year than last year. So far, across the board, the numbers are lower than last year. However, the National Association of Realtors is predicting a drop in interest rates and an increase in sales, a busier than normal fall and winter because of lower interest rates and uptick in inventory. Okay, so this weekend is the changes. So they are right on top of us now. We have to make sure we understand all the changes. Okay, quick overview of the changes. All of the buyer agreements, all of the listing agreements, most important, what all of the forms let our buyers and sellers know is that commissions are negotiable. So that's why in all of the markets, we have these transitional addendums that should be signed, which I'll go over in a minute. But the transitional addendums basically, at a minimum, let the buyers and sellers know that, hey, commissions are negotiable. So on transactions don't worry about transactions that are under agreement. If you have stuff that is active buyer contracts with old buyer agent agreements, or active listings with the old form listing agreement, no matter what state you're in, you will need an addendum signed by your buyer or seller. And most of those addendums recalibrate how the commissions are divvied up, but at a minimum, they state that the commissions are negotiable. Let's see, all of the forms in all of the states. So past the transition addendums in all the states, the listing contracts now make clear how commissions are getting divvied up. All of the forms in all of the states give the seller the option to cooperate or to offer cooperating commission to it's not mandatory. They could choose not to. And then across the board, all of the commissions or cooperating offerings are coming out of MLS. Also, in all of the states, you have to have a document if you're going to show a property. So if you are going to show a house to a buyer, you will have a touring agreement or a buyer agreement or a showing agreement. There's going to be something that memorializes for the buyer what you will be due if you write an offer. The one exception to that is if you're a listing agent in Massachusetts, you can show your own listing without a touring form. As well, you guys can still host open houses across all the states without having buyers sign anything. Okay, so some things we need to be aware of. All co-broke commissions must be removed from MLS by August 17th. For a large percentage of the agents watching today, your MLS does not even allow any type of cooperating commission offering. So for many of you watching this already, this has been done. There's already no mention of cooperation. An agent asked me yesterday, well, what happens if it's under agreement? Should I go in and remove the commission? No, if it's under agreement, I'm saying if you have stuff under agreement, don't worry about MLS. Do not worry about getting new forms signed. But on active listings in most of the states we do business in, there's no longer any field to offer commission. Except for Massachusetts, which is a big base of where we do business. In Massachusetts, there is still an ability to go in and offer cooperating commission in MLS. Our policy is to remove the offering of commission from MLS. So if you're in Massachusetts, and even though you have the ability to offer cooperating commission, take it out of MLS. This was one of the pieces of the lawsuit, is that the sellers of the NAR lawsuit that were involved in the NAR lawsuit didn't like the idea of this commission sharing through MLS. So we're going to come up with another way for you to advertise cooperating commissions. Okay. Also, you cannot advertise your commissions in Showing Time because Showing Time receives their feed from the multiple listing service. You can't put your commission offering in MLS. We're going to have Sergio show you what our answer is to this. We're still working out the bugs, so we haven't sent this out to everybody yet, but our plan is by the end of the week, we'll get this up and running. For all states, moving forward, you really want to make sure that the compensation on all the transactions that you have is always in writing. This is typical for listings, but this has not always been super typical on buy-side transactions in the states we do business in. In most of the states, they have forms. So in Massachusetts, for example, the offer form has the commission spelled out. If you're using the state created version of the PNS agreement, the commission is spelled out. Who is getting paid what and who is paying the commission. If you're using an attorney in Massachusetts, I think you should make sure that you're reviewing the purchase and sale agreement and that your compensation is all spelled out. So in all the states, we want to make sure that when we put transactions together, especially as buyer agents, that how we're getting paid is in writing. Also, in all of the states we do business in, the transaction's going to close through an attorney or a title company. That information as to how much you are getting paid needs to be transmitted over to the title company / attorney. There's lots of ways of doing that. Number one, the documents should be given to the attorney / title company. Many of you guys do bill for closing as to what should be collected, because there are going to be situations, for example, where the buyer may be writing a check at the closing. So maybe the seller is paying a portion of the buyer agent commission, but also the buyer is also writing a check. So it's going to be on you as the agent to make sure that your compensation is always in writing and agreed to, and that information is relayed to the title company or attorney to make sure that you get paid appropriately through the closing of the transaction. Also, I just want to make one note in case you haven't attended the Friday masterminds that I've been doing. Basically, we're still continuing on with those. So if you need help with forms, you could still jump on our call. It's every Friday at noon. I'm doing live call to answer questions on forms. But if you're working in Massachusetts, the listing contract does not address unrepresented buyers in the listing contract. It's silent. So that is a huge hole where you could get stuck in a trap. It's very important that in Massachusetts, if you're listing a property and you don't practice disclosed dual agency, which many of you don't feel comfortable representing the buyer and the seller. That means that if a buyer comes in on your listing and they are unrepresented, if you are going to write the offer, but you're still going to represent your seller, you need to make sure that your listing contract addresses how you would be compensated if you prepare the paperwork for an unrepresented buyer. Only because it does not address it. In the listing contract, it says that you are due a listing fee. The listing contract also says that the buyer agent will be compensated if the seller so agrees to that. And if you're a disclosed dual agent, you can get both of those, the listing and the buyer side contract, but it does not address unrepresented buyers in the listing contract. So it's just a place that you could get stuck. Okay. In case you guys have not seen this, I have worked over the last 30 days building a playbook to the new real estate forms. This originally was a 20-page document. It's now at like 105 pages. So every state that we do business in has a section with the new forms, and I screen cut the piece of the form that has changed, and I give you notes as to exactly how to fill out that piece. You can download this at laeragentservices.com, the entire booklet, laeragentservices.com. At the very top of the LAER Agent Services, there's a section called NAR Resources. You can head over there. Right at the very top of the NAR Resources page is the playbook to the real estate forms. As I update it, the new version is uploaded. So I added a new version over the weekend because we recorded a whole bunch of classes specifically for the Florida agents with all the new forms. So Florida, everything is 100% complete. You guys have little videos for buy-side transaction, list-side transaction, rental, and an exclusive right to lease. Florida has everything. Everything is in the playbook. We're still updating all the other states, although most of the states are fairly complete with like 90% of the forms. I am working on creating specifically for Massachusetts, just like we did for Florida, where I'm recording videos, one for Massachusetts buy-side transaction, one for a Massachusetts list-side transaction. Rentals are still up in the air, only because the state has not updated all the rental forms yet for Massachusetts. But just so you guys know, this is a work in progress, but it's super helpful. It gives you guys everything you need. I really just want to go through super quick here the transition paperwork. So in every state, every single state, there's some sort of transition paperwork that should be signed by a buyer or seller. If you have an active listing that is not under agreement by August 17th, then they should sign a transitional addendum. And if you have an active buyer contract that is not under agreement by August 17th, you should have that buyer sign the transitional addendum for your state. The only exception is if you had the buyer or the listing sign the new forms, don't worry about a transitional addendum because the new forms already have the proper wording in them. So if a transaction is under agreement, do not worry about forms at all. This is only for all active buyer contracts and listing contracts prior to August 17th, which have old documents signed. They will need some sort of transitional addendum signed. So quickly, I'll go through these super fast. All of these are in the playbook I created. So download the playbook, everything's in there. Massachusetts has the additional disclosure to existing exclusive right to sell listing agreement. Super short. It just says, hey, just need to disclose to you that the commissions are negotiable. There's also an addendum in Massachusetts, additional disclosure to existing exclusive buyer agency agreement for Massachusetts. New Hampshire doesn't have forms. New Hampshire has this clause library that they created. I did ask Lisa, who handles our dot loop system, to make 2 forms for New Hampshire. One is an addendum for listings and one is an addendum for buyers, only because New Hampshire didn't create an addendum. They created this language that you could write your own addendum. So Lisa's going to work on creating these forms for us for New Hampshire. Not going to spend time on Connecticut because we don't do that many Connecticut transactions, but they have a form. All of these are in my playbook that you can download from LAER Agent Services. Not going to spend a lot of time on Rhode Island, but they also have an amendment to your listing agreement and an amendment to the buyer rep agreement. Maine also has a listing agreement addendum. And Maine, I think I took I didn't screenshot the correct page, but Maine also has a buyer agreement addendum as well. And then Florida has this modification to the listing agreement and a modification to the showing/buyer agreement. So everybody should have one of those documents signed. If you have transactions that are active, if you have active buyer contracts or listing contracts as of August 17th. Okay, please also go to LAERagentservices.com because we've created so many marketing pieces for you guys. We have an awesome document for sellers as to why they should offer a buyer agent commission. We have documents that explain why a buyer needs buyer agency. We've created everything you need. So if you are not good at Canva, you need help with something, email LAER Agent Services. Please go to the NAR settlement toolbox that we created at LAER Agent Services as well, because we have created all these wonderful articles so that you have third-party endorsements from outside people who say these are all the reasons why you need to pay a seller. These are why you have why you need to work with a buyer agent, etc. So everything you need. I promise you there's nothing that is missing. If there's something missing as far as a form, it's because the state hasn't created it. But if you need help, you're confused by a form, email happyagent@laerrealty.com. Quickly, Sergio, could you just do a really quick, I mentioned to you guys, we've created these pages so that you can advertise your cooperating commissions on our website. Sergio, can you just do a quick, show them quickly what it's going to look like? We'll send out more information on this by the end of the week.
Thanks, Stacy. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So I'm just going to show you real quickly, and this is a work in progress. We're going to have some public facing links. These are not connected to the MLS. These are actually connected to our bundle system. It ended up working that because all of these listings are coming through our bundle system, we can use this data. So this is just a sample. Again, these will be broken down by state. Right now we have New England and Florida. I'm going to break these down by state. They are searchable. And here we have some basic information, which which includes the percentage, right, for the commission, as well as a brokerage agreement attachment. Right now, there's nothing connected. Again, this is all public facing. Same with the Florida one. There is another internal site, and this is just for LAER agents, where we have all of the listings that are coming through our system, right? And from here, this is where you can add that commission, right? There's a button that says update. We can click on update. It just takes you to a form where you can add, if there is a price change also down the line, you can change it there, but you can add your commission. So we'll do 3%. You can attach the brokerage agreement. I'm just going to grab just a random file here and hit submit. Once everything is submitted and uploaded, there we go. On our public facing pages, you'll notice that this updates our public facing pages, right? So all of this information is provided by you and by our team. None of it's connected to the MLS. When I click on this, this will open up, this will download this file. Again, this is just a sample file that I grabbed, but that's what we're working on. So the next steps are to break this down by state, and then this internal page here will also be broken down by state. And you can also just do a search for, I'll do a search for Stacy, right? You can do a search for your name and all of your listings will pop up, and then you can very quickly just click on update and then update all of your listings. So we'll send you some more updates. We want to get this all wrapped up for Friday, and just stay tuned for more updates.
All right. Awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
So that is what we've been working on for all of the changes. Couple really fast company updates before our exciting announcement. First, I want to invite Craig Foley, our Chief Sustainability Officer, on here because we've been seeing all kinds of crazy issues pop up on sustainable properties. So Craig, welcome. Tell us what our agents need to be watching out for.
Sure, thanks, Stacy. So I'm running into some transactions, particularly transactions where the home seller has added solar to the rooftop in the last couple of years. Like our industry, Stacy, the solar industry has definitely been impacted by the increase in interest rates. And another multiplier in terms of the complications of that business is the Chinese tariffs on solar as well. So I'm finding that there are companies, particularly companies that have a lot of venture capital involved with them, which have aggressive sales quotas to meet, that companies aren't putting the consumer first. Like it says in our code of ethics, Article 1 says, put your clients first. They're above our interests as well, right? And we're definitely seeing that there's problems in the industry. I'm dealing with a transaction with one of our great agents right now, in purchase and sales, where I was after the purchase and sales, in which I was forwarded the power purchase agreement. And some of the rates are just egregious, Stacy. And I really do think it comes down to the venture capital money and the pressures that solar salespeople have been dealing with, not unlike our industry on some level, right? So I've just put in the chat something from the National Consumer Law Center, which is a very good piece. It's also, you'll see that Sergio, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 months ago, and LAER Agent Services and the Sustainability Library has uploaded a piece of that as well that you can share on your social media. But I do recommend you taking a look at the National Consumer Law Center. PDF that I just put into the chat, because that has some of the more egregious sales tactics that are being used in the industry, particularly over the last 2 years. Stacy, as you know, I'm a huge advocate for solar. It's a property rights issue as far as I'm concerned, right? If a home or business owner wishes to put solar on their property, they deserve the right to do so, and I think they should be compensated fairly by their utility. But that is separate from some of the aggressive sales tactics that we're seeing out there right now. So if you have questions about that, obviously I am happy to answer that and work our way through these kinds of issues as they come up. Stacy, you were involved in a meeting about this, and you mentioned something that I'm seriously taking a look at, which is reporting this particular transaction to our Attorney General. So there is a lot going on in this part of the industry. There's no question about it. That's it from me, Stacy.
All right. So once again, it's a plug for why you should be a green designated agent, because these things pop up all the time now. Okay, let's see. Oh, by the way, if you head over to our LAER agent services under our marketing resources, we have some new versions of the high performance listing and buyer presentations for you. We have all kinds of listing presentations, buyer presentations, pre-listing packages. Now you have these really beautiful high performing home listing presentations and buyer presentations. These are awesome for you guys that are green designated agents or wish to be. Okay, so I want to welcome on, I said we had an exciting announcement, and I have a special guest that I want to bring on, because I have been focusing over the last 30 days. I've had my head buried in forms, like reading real estate forms. Any of you guys that know me will know that, first of all, yes, I am an attorney. I am the worst attorney in the world because I hate forms. I hate contracts. I hate documents. I believe the world would be a better place if we could just like shake on things, say, yes, we have an agreement. So I hate forms, but I've had no choice, just like you guys, but to read the minutia of contracts for the last 30 days and help you guys navigate through all the changes. I think the changes are going to be really good. I think you guys are not even going to be thinking about these real estate forms in 30 to 60 days. They're just taking a little bit of time to getting used to. I do not think the forms or the way that we are doing business is going to impact your business in a bad way. I think it's going to help your business, and I think it's going to enhance your business. So I've been thinking now that the eve of the form changes is on us, I've been really thinking about how do we kick ass for 2024? How do we make sure that our numbers are higher for 2024 than they were for 2023? How do we have an amazing 2025? And so with that, I want to invite Michael Mayer on. So many of you guys are familiar with Michael Mayer. Michael wrote the best-selling book, The 7 Levels of Communication. Now, I know many of you have seen Michael at his events because he's been a real estate speaker slash coach. He runs the referral podcast. He has a referral magazine, and most importantly, I think, is the 7 Levels of Communication book. I've literally in my own career given out thousands and thousands of copies of the 7 Levels of Communication because it is your ticket to success. It is how you build a successful business without worrying about where the money's going to come from. It teaches you how to build a successful business without being a used car salesman. You don't have to be a salesperson to be super successful in business. In fact, if you look at our highest performing real estate agents, they don't sell. So how do you do it? So with that, I want to welcome, I should give you a better introduction. Hold on.
You're good. You're good. They don't care. Leo liked it, or Lynn liked it so much he left. I mean, come on. We're on fire here. Let's freaking go, LAER. Come on. It's time to roar and soar in 2024. What the hell? Did somebody put August 17th, 2024 on your tombstone? No, I don't think so. We're going to live past it, live through it. Let's survive and thrive and freaking finish strong. What the heck? Let's go. I'm not at the morgue. I just had another realtor meeting. Freaking felt like the morgue. It's like, what the heck? Got a bunch of dead bodies in here. Let's go. Knock them alive. Don't worry about this nationally recognized speaker BS. You know, it's like, this is about LAER. This is about you. This is about you, the agents, and how you're going to finish strong. And listen, there's no better team in the industry than Stacy Alcorn and Michael Mayer. She named her freaking company LAER, so it rhymed with mayor, just for this moment, people. So I just want you to know that I'm here to help you have your best August, a super September, finish strong in 2024, and then let's rev up 2025. And I'm so blessed and happy and privileged to be the official trainer and coach of LAER. I also want you to know, I know some of you have other coaches, right? Why? I don't know. But I know that you have other I'm just kidding. I want you to know I play nice with all coaching industries, coaching professions, coaching philosophies for the most part. Now, if you're interrupting, distracting, and hurting people, probably not my forte. But the bottom line is I want you to know I am here to help 100%. Every single one of you, every single agent with LAER, you have a direct connection to me, and we are going to literally every week give you a nugget that's going to generate referrals. Our entire focus is to build relationships and get referrals in the fourth quarter. That's what we're going to do.
So I reached out to Michael, I don't know, a month ago or 6 weeks ago. First of all, I want to say we have some very successful real estate agents who are already coached by Michael Mayer's company, Referco. And it's been wonderful to watch the trajectory of their businesses. Many of you guys know Julie Oakes from our Franklin office, and it's been wonderful to watch her go from a brand new agent to a high-performing agent. And she does all of the right things, and she is very engaged with Michael's programs. She attends his events. I think she's heading out to an event soon that he's offering. She does his coaching program. So it's been wonderful to watch the success of Julie's business. But I reached out to Michael about 6 weeks ago, and one of the things I love about the 7 Levels of Communication book, by the way, it's a game-changing book. So even if you never participate in coaching or training or anything like that, it's one of those books that does truly give you a very simple blueprint to success. It tells you how to build a successful real estate business because Michael did it. He built one of the largest teams in the entire United States using very simple concepts of generosity, giving people what they want, not selling people. And so when I reached out to Michael 6 weeks ago, I said, how can I bring your program to my 800 agents? And I think the first thing he said is, you can't afford it. But I said, we can afford it. I want your program in the hands of our 800 real estate agents. And so over the last 6 weeks, we've had several meetings talking about what it would look like. And so with that, we came up with a program for our Finish Strong. Yes, I have it, Michael. Hold on. We created
Oh, you don't want to blow them away. That's like seeing the entire puzzle in one fell swoop.
Yes, we created something awesome where basically you guys are going to hear from Michael almost every week between now and the end of January. We'll send out the official dates of everything for you guys. But basically, as you'll see, between like we start next week and through January 27th, we're going to host a live Zoom meeting. I think, Sergio, you created LAER Zoom for us. Do we lose Sergio?
Now I'm here. Yeah, I created LAER Zoom.
LAERzoom.com. What a
Yep,
great
that
URL.
will be the link.
Yes, so lairzoom.com is going to be where you'll meet with Michael. Basically, almost every Monday between now and the end of January. And we wanted to make it fun, only because the last 6 months has been like such a drag with all the forums and stuff like that. So we have developed like some really cool contests we're going to do. We're going to be giving away like TVs and like really putting some competition into it because we want to make it fun. And we know that if you do the things that Michael talks about in each of these lessons, that we know you're going to have a super successful 2025 and probably a pretty good year end as well. Anything you want to add to that, Michael?
Well, Ashley said, is there a fee? And I just want to put out to them that this is one of my worries about this is Stacy paid your freaking fee, just so you know that. So this is free to you. And here's the thing that I'm worried about. You don't have any skin in the game. So what are you going to do to show up every Monday so that you can grow up, so that you can go up? And listen, if you need it, and I want you to, I don't remember her name. She was on there, but it's
Ashley?
like, yeah. So whoever said that question, Ashley, if you need to pay a little bit just to show up every Monday, we will work out a way for you to pay a little bit just so you show up. My worry is that you discount the value of what is about to happen to you because there is no cost or skin in the game to you. So I just want you to know that is a worry that I have. So should I worry? All of you out there that are watching and listening in the chat window, do I need to worry? Are you in on Monday? Are you in? Just put I'm in. If you're in, just put in on Mondays. Right. And then here's the thing. We're writing all your names down right now. You're freaking in till January. You're in. No, when you put your name, no, you cannot say, oops. No, it's I'm in 100%. Most of you understand and know that in this business, the only way to truly make it is to be 100% all in committed. So if you're in, I'm in. You know who's going to be there every single Monday? Freaking me. I'm going to make it. So bottom line is, why wouldn't you make it? Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. It's one of those, we need to understand that we all want to go up in life. Yes. How many of you want to go up in life? You want to go up in life. You want to go up, but you got to realize there are steps to going up in life. The first step is to sign up. Sign up for something. Sign up for something. You signed up to be with LAER. You signed up to be a realtor. You signed up for the freaking post class. Neither one of those taught you anything about real estate, really. But here's the thing. You signed up to be a professional realtor. You're signing up for this by saying you're in. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's the whole fee. That's the application process, unfortunately or fortunately. I should make you apply. I should make you fill out 66 questions about why you're going to be dedicated, why you're going to do this, and how you're going to show up every day for work. But you know what? It's just I'm in. You sign up, and then the next stage is to show up. And honestly, 80% of success is just showing up. Show up every session, put it in your calendar, block off 15 minutes before, block off 15 minutes after, just so you can get your butt in the right seat. And then when you show up, it's automatic. You're going to grow up. You're going to grow up. You're going to learn it. And here's what I want you to know about referrals. There is nothing more attractive than growth mode. Growth mode. Growth mode. When you are in growth mode, people notice it and they stick to you like Velcro. They want to be around growth. You know who will help you when you're in growth mode? Millionaires, billionaires, successful, influence. People notice people who are in growth mode. Some of you need a kick in the butt around growth mode. You've been a little bit in like mode, like you're neutral, right? Let's put it in at least first gear and get it in growth mode. And then here's the thing, when you grow up, you go up, and that's your goal. You want to go up. The thing about this is it's not going to, you don't have to do anything incredible. It's just not a 180-degree turn, people. This is a 1 degree tweak every week. 1 degree tweak every week. If you just make a 1 degree tweak every week, you will be so much better by the end of the year. So that's what this program's about. Ashley, see what you did? That was you, Ashley. You inspired me. And I just want to say thank you.
By the way, Michael, they're asking, and I know we already have all this worked out. I don't remember the time. I think we said, I don't know, early morning, Mondays.
I'll check. It's not super early morning because we know realtors. I'm just kidding for the most part. Not really. It's the truth. 10:30 Eastern.
Okay, so 10:30 Monday mornings, and I think we said it'd be like a 30 to 40 minute. We don't want it to take up your whole
right.
morning. It's going to be a quick meeting, and I'm telling you, Michael Mayer is the best of the best. And I know that you guys are in for an incredible ride. And go check out, how do they find your, oh, I could see it behind you, referralspodcast.com. If you download it, you could start to grab all of his great info already, but it's a game changer for your business. Yes. And go read the book, The 7 Levels of Communication. Should they buy it from your website?
No, just go get it on Amazon. The book on referrals.com. I make $1.20 every time you do that. Listen, it pays the bills. My son goes to a public school now. So we've really got it, and where that $1.20 can go to better use.
Got it. Well, I am very excited. I can't wait. I'm going to be on there, the first one. We will send out a breakdown of what all the dates and what the classes are and what time they are. Somebody just gave me a great idea. Can we get text reminders? And I kind of love that. Maybe we can do like a Monday morning text for everybody as a reminder with the link so that you can tune in and watch it as well. But I don't know about you guys, like I'm sick of talking about real estate forms. I'm sick of the NAR settlement. I don't care about it. I don't think it's going to change our business. It's really now time to focus on having an amazing year end and an incredible 2025. And I feel with Michael working with all of us that we're unstoppable. So thank you, Michael, for doing this for us.
Thank you. My pleasure. I'm looking forward to it. Let's rock and roll.
All right. Awesome stuff. And we'll send that out as an official announcement today and get everybody the dates and times of all of the upcoming events. But this is going to take place all the way through the end of January. Okay. Couple last things before we sign off today. I see we have some of our people from coast to coast on here. Nicole, I saw Mike on there. Any updates from coast to coast? I do know, by the way, that we announced last month that Elizabeth Ambrosini joined us at Coast to Coast in our Cape Cod offices. Some of you have already received some invitations, but she's planning on getting out. She offered to do clam bake or a lobster clam bake at several of our Cape offices. So I think she has one planned for Falmouth, one for West Yarmouth, I think, or Sandwich, I forget, and then Plymouth. So everybody in our Cape and Island offices are welcome to join, but she just wanted to get out and get to meet some of you guys. So she has all these really cool clam bakes scheduled out for August and September. As a reminder, you can also go to ctcclosings.com/a locals guide. Coast to Coast is happy to do some really great marketing pieces for any listing that you have. If you need some additional open house pieces. We have some great training classes coming up. And we also, I saw Farah on there. Farah, do you want to give us an update of what we have happening for the next month or so in our Florida offices?
Sure, absolutely. My pleasure. I'm happy to. You can, if you can go to the next slide. Thank you. All right, everyone. Hi, I'm Farah. I'm the Regional Director of Agent Services down here at the Florida region. Just a couple of updates. We have our Florida regional calendar. It's pretty new. We launched it last month. However, I did want to let you know for this month, we have included our local board classes that have to do with buyer representation. We want to just make sure you have all the resources at your disposal and easy to find and locate. We also have added our Pride Preferred vendors to the front of our calendar. That's going to be an awesome resource for you as well. And then just wanted to review some things. We had a really great role play event a couple of weeks ago where we role played delivering the buyer broker agreement to potential clients. It was highly successful. The office was packed, the Wellington location. So thank you to New World Title, especially for sponsoring that event and providing us with some delicious Chick-fil-A. If you know me, you know I love Chick-fil-A, so thank you. And for those who have not as yet, please feel free to join our regional Facebook group for Florida. And I want to just mention, it is specifically for Florida agents. However, if you are an agent from the Northeast and you're interested in what's going on in Florida, feel free to join as well. And last month we did announce that we rolled out our Pride Preferred Vendor Program, which is an awesome new program in LAER. And we now have 5 new vendors who have joined. They're amazing. It's an all-lady group, which is also fantastic, but they're awesome. So when you get an opportunity for my Florida agents, please feel free to reach out and say hello to them. And lastly, a great way to say hello to them, for the first time, we are having our inaugural quarterly Meet the Vendor Happy Hour. This is going to be Thursday, August 29th, 4 to 6 p.m. It is being sponsored by New World Title, Palm Beach Mortgage Group, Max Home Inspections. It will be drinks, it will be snacks. It's going to be a really fantastic event. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Farah. As always, all of the sales trainings we've been offering lately, you can go to our YouTube station at youtube.com/LAER training. Visit any office at laerrealty.com/office access. And I think that is it for today. Don't forget, we are still doing Fridays at noon. If you need help with the forms, we're going to just continue to do that for the next few weeks as you guys get acclimated with the forms. But please go to laeragentservices.com, go to our NAR resource section and download the playbook. We have written a very comprehensive playbook of every change on the real estate forms with little notes on how to fill them out for each of the states that we do business in. So with that, we'll send out this afternoon all the information on the Michael Mayer coaching program that we are launching next week. And I can't wait to see. I really hope you guys like dig in and engage in that program, because I promise you I'm going to track the trajectory of the people who participate in it, because I promise you your trajectory is going to be incredible for 2025 by digging into the Michael Mayer coaching program. So with that, our next sales meeting is September 11th, and I'm not going to talk about one real estate form. We're not even saying the word. We're not going to talk about a lawsuit. That word is banned September 11th. Also, the word form/contract/document. These are banned words for September 11th. We're on to brighter horizons. So with that, thank you everyone and have a great day.